Sentimental Value, director Joachim Trier delivers one of the most emotionally dense dialogue-driven dramas of 2025. Co-written with longtime collaborator Skarsgård, the film is heavy, a meditative exploration of family trauma, estrangement, memory, and legacy, anchored by towering performances here from Stellan Skarsgård, Renate Reinsve, Inga Ibsdotter Lilleaas, and Elle Fanning. It is without question a superbly crafted film. It is also at times self-indulgent, overlong, and emotionally exhausting, and yet it still lingers. At its core, Sentimental Value follows sisters Nora and Agnes as they reunite with their estranged father, Gustav, played by Stellan Skarsgård. The setting, a Norwegian family home heavy with history, becomes more than just a backdrop, it's the emotional battleground. Trier uses the house as both symbol and anchor. Conversations stretch, silences hang, scenes unfold with deliberate pacing. The film is deeply interested in emotional processes rather than plot propulsion. If you're expecting a narrative momentum, this isn't that type of film. If you're expecting a psychological excavation, it delivers in spades. Skarsgård is absolutely stunning here, arguably one of the best performances of his career. Gustav is emotionally distant, difficult, guarded, and Skarsgård's naturalistic, mumbling, standoffish presence feels perfectly calibrated for this type of role. He's long excelled at playing emotionally opaque men, and this character fits squarely within the realm of that ability. But here, there is a vulnerability beneath the gruff exterior, something aching and unresolved. It's a performance that feels lived in, rather than performed. Renate Reinsve carries the film. Nora is a gravitational center, and Reinsve's performance is extensive, layered, and utterly compelling. She navigates anger, grief, resentment, and fragile reconciliation with remarkable control. Every glance feels intentional, every silence is loaded. She doesn't just act in the film, she sustains it. As Agnes, Inga Ibsdotter Lilleaas delivers a performance that is more subdued, but equally necessary. Where Nora burns, Agnes absorbs. The dynamic between the sisters feels authentic, textured, and never performative. Together they ground the film's emotional weight. Elle Fanning is very good here. In fact, she doesn't have a large amount of screen time, but the scenes she does appear in are impactful and demonstrate a huge amount of range as she continues to grow as an actress. As good as she is though, it is somewhat surprising she received a Best Supporting Actress nomination for the role, as she's by no means the stand-up performer, but rather adds to the ensemble. However, she shows impressive control, maturity, and her presence strengthens the ensemble cast. Her career trajectory continues upwards, and this film reinforces that. Now, Joachim Trier's direction is, in technical terms, exceptional. The Norwegian setting is gorgeously captured. The superimposed imagery sequence is visually striking. The language itself adds texture and authenticity. I'm so glad that the film primarily is spoken in Norwegian, as it adds another emotional layer to this fantastic story. The framing also emphasizes emotional distance. Trier understands how to let a scene breathe, perhaps maybe too much at times. And that is my one criticism of his directing. It's just that some scenes could have been cut a slight bit shorter, have been a bit tighter, and therefore been more impactful. This is a film that lingers. Conversations stretch beyond comfort, emotional beats unfold slowly. While their patience allows for realism and depth, it also results in a film that feels overly long. There are moments when you find yourself asking, where is it going? What is the central point? Yes, the film is about family dealing with trauma, and it perfectly encapsulates that. But at times it feels like it lingers without narrative propulsion, existing more as an emotional atmosphere than a structured storytelling. A tighter edit could have elevated it from excellent to extraordinary. The idea for Sentimental Value originated when Joachim Trier's family house was put on the market. That personal moment sparked a deeper reflection in him. He asked questions: what did his parents and grandparents experience in their own lives, and how do children perceive homes they grow up in? The house became the emotional starting point, a symbolic container for expectation, memory, and generational inheritance. Rather than telling a conventional story, Trier built a reflective meditation on parental expectation, emotional absence, the stories homes hold within their walls, and the gaps between generations. It's an intimate filmmaking born from personal reckoning, and it does make the film stand out even more so. This is Elle Fanning's second foreign language film, after starring in Babel in 2006. In one scene, Gustav gives his 9-year-old grandson DVDs for his birthday. The films, Irreversible, released in 2002, and The Piano Teacher, released in 2001. Both are notoriously controversial European films known for explicit and disturbing sexual content, a moment that subtly underscores Gustav's emotional tone deafness. These are films far too mature for a 9-year-old. This film has also drawn praise from major auteurs, including Paul Thomas Anderson, Pedro Almodovar, and Paul Schrader, all who cited it as one of the best films of 2025. Now, one of the film's boldest choices is its refusal to offer a neat catharsis. There is no sweeping reconciliation, no triumphant emotional breakthrough, no tidy moral. Instead, Trier presents emotional reality, slow shifts, awkward attempts, unresolved histories. For some viewers, this will feel authentic and powerful, as in many ways that's how real life plays out. But for others, this may seem frustrating and meandering, and leave you questioning, what was the point? The point of a film, though, like this, is to be taken on an emotional roller coaster, to identify and live vicariously through the characters, so you can understand their emotional turmoil. And that is where this film works on so many levels, because the acting is just so good. The performances are truly the standout, and it's more what the actors express with their own faces, using their eyes and body language, than the words on screen. And Trier does understand this perfectly. Sentimental Value is a masterclass in direction, its performances, its emotional authenticity, and its atmosphere. But it is also indulgent, slow, and occasionally tedious. It asks a great deal of its audience, it demands patience, it resists traditional narrative structure, and yet, when it works, it is completely extraordinary. Stellan Skarsgård delivers one of his best performances. Renate Reinsve confirms herself as one of the most compelling actors working in European cinema today, and the entire cast delivers. Despite its pacing issues, this is undeniably high-caliber filmmaking. Sentimental Value gets an 8.5 out of 10. Beautiful, intense, sometimes exhausting family drama. Flawed, but unforgettable. So what did you think of Sentimental Value? Please let me know down in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dive reviews.